Welcome back to Casual Retro Gamer. Last time we repaired another C64, and after that one of my viewers contacted me to see if I could do a video on repairing the keyboard. This is incredibly easy to do. If you have a keyboard a bit like this one that doesn't work every time, some of the buttons only work if you push very hard on them, this is a really simple fix. Unfortunately now, because of the type of keyboard in this C64, we are going to need the soldering iron, but it's only very minor surgery with that. So let's get started. So while we wait for this soldering iron to warm up, let's get the keyboard out of the 64. First thing you need to do is remove the 3 screws along the bottom here in the front. I already have them out of this one. Then just disconnect the LED and disconnect the keyboard. Getting the keyboard out of the case, very simple. There should be 8 screws on it. There's one missing on mine because the post here is broken. We'll maybe have a look at trying to do something with that when we're putting the keyboard back in. So we need the soldering iron to undo these 2 points here. On the other type of C64 keyboard that I've seen anyway, with the cables connected down here somewhere, from this switch, which is your shift lock, there'll be a set of wires that runs across to that, and there's enough slack in those wires that you can sort of manhandle the thing out of the way without disconnecting them to be able to do the little repair. On this type of keyboard though, I see no other option than desoldering these here. So hopefully our iron is up to temperature. There we are. Get rid of this in case I melt something. Now it's just a case of taking out all these screws on the bottom of the keyboard. Now we have all the screws out, the circuit board should just lift away. So, why does this not work? Well, it's incredibly simple really. These keyboards work just by making a circuit between the 2 pads of any given key. That circuit is made by the carbon pads on the bottom of the plungers. Pushing down onto that completes the circuit. That's your keystroke. Why doesn't it work? Well, because this gets dirty. That's it. That's the only reason. Of course there could be broken traces or something, but very unlikely considering the keyboard generally does not get any abuse. So all we need to do to fix it is get the cloth with a wee bit of our IPA on it. I'm just going to give this a bit of a clean. That's pretty good. Then we need to clean all these. Now on the other type of C64 keyboard, there's wee rubber domes and all these that just lift away, making them a bit easier to work with. To get these ones off though, I think we are going to need our keycap puller. That was hiding underneath our cloth. The top of this keyboard's a bit of a state anyway, and these keys are absolutely stinking, so I wanted to remove these anyway. There it is, out. Those are very similar to the wee plungers that were inside our MZ700. Right, anyway, to clean this, all you need to do, sheet of paper, and without applying too much force, you just want to set it on the paper and just drag it across it a wee bit. That's it. That will be that one cleaned. You can see it leaves smears on the paper. That's all you need to do. I have quite a few of these to get through, so I'm going to pull all the keys off, take all the plungers out, clean them all. Then we'll be back to reassemble and test this. This keyboard is absolutely disgusting. Some rather questionable looking stains on it. The Stag demos never came in the C64, sure they didn't? We can only hope not. So I have a load of plungers to clean. Lots of very crusty keys to clean. Luckily the springs haven't rusted or anything, they're all good. Time to get the soapy water out. Isn't that a lot better looking? Nice and clean now. All these have been cleaned too. One very dirty bit of paper. Let's just start putting it back together. The shift lock key, I didn't actually show you how to get that out. It's very simple. Just pushes out. There's wee clips on it there. And it just clips back in. So the next thing we'll do is get the circuit board in place. It will hold all them down for us for when we are going to put the keycaps back on. Ideally, if you had something to set under here to keep that off the table, it would make this a bit easier. But if we get a few screws in to start, that should be enough, and we can then set it down to do the rest. Right, let's try and reconnect this. There we are. And let's put all our springs and keycaps back on. The only one that's different is the spring for the spacebar. It's a bit taller than the rest, as you can see. These bars are a bit of a pain on the backside. Come on. There we are. Finally. Just like that. So there's our keyboard all back together. Time to get it back in its case. So this part down here, where the standoff is broken, I've got an idea. So the center of the standoff down here is solid. So what I'm going to do is take a small 2mm drill bit, and we're going to drill a little hole, nice and slowly of course. Then, actually, I want to put these other screws in just to hold this. To hold this section here, really all we need to do is stop it being pushed back. And obviously you're just pressing down on the keyboard, so we just need to stop it coming this way. So in the hole that we've drilled there, I'm just going to take the slightly longer, thinner screw and tighten that in there. The head on that is a wee bit small, so we'll just stick a washer on it. I just want to tighten that till it's down flush. Obviously it'll still bend that direction, but now it doesn't bend up there. Happy days. So, my label has fell off. I'll have to get some glue for that. Okay, moment of truth. Let's connect this back up to the 64 and let's see if it's all working. Everything's hooked up. Let's see if this keyboard is going to work. Everything seems to be working pretty good. This keyboard is fixed. Well, that's it. It is incredibly simple, as I said. All you need to do is strip it down and clean it. The same principle applies to any old joypads that use rubber domes. If buttons are sticky, not working properly, that is most likely the reason. Even your old TV remote controls, if some of the buttons aren't working properly, I can pretty much guarantee you that is why. Well, that's it for this week. Thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed what you've seen, I would appreciate a thumbs up. Why not hit subscribe so you don't miss any of my future stuff. Comments are always welcome below, and I'll see you next time.